mode.
Swagatam, Dityo Bhagaha. This is the second section, Dityo Bhagaha, Sundarakandam, Ramayanam. Dinankaha Adya Pancha Vimshati Tamaha. It was 25th of February, second class Sundarakandam. Yastu Mangalacharanam, Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate, Ramam Ramesham Bhaje, Ramena Bhyata Nishacharachamu, Ramaya Tasmai Namaha. Ramanasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhotame Bhorama Muddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Unnamiti. Okay, last time we stopped at this shloka, which is Dhanya, very nice shloka of Ramayanam. Dhanya Khalu Mahatmano Munaya Satya Sammataha Jitatmano Mahabhaga Yesham Nastaha Priya Priye. Before I go there, I want to make one correction. I want to make one Vyakaranam, Shuddhikaranam. Shuddhikartum Michami. I want to correct something. When we looked at the shloka in the prior class, Diggastu Khalumanushyam, Diggastu Paravashyatam, Nashakyam Yat Parityaktum Matmachandena Jivitam. We did that from Manushyam. The Manushyam is like humanity, the human state, humanness. And we took we already did this before, but I made one mistake in the last step. Manushyasya bhavaha Manushyam. So Manushyatvam, humanness, Manushyatvam. But this is the adhikaraha which goes from, again, it's not a Vyakaranam class, I know that, so I won't spend too much time. But actually in our Wednesday class, we have done this in great detail. That class, adhikara which starts from tasya bhavastva talav. And in Manushyam, the pratyam is thatness, the state of that, tasya bhavaha. Like gurutvam, guruta, laguttam, laguta, and so on. Tvatalau, tva and tal. But then there are a number of other pratyas given here. And right now we're going to use Gunavachana Brahmana, Dibhya Karmanicha. So Brahmana is Akriti Ganaha. So he says, so we can use Pratyashai in the sense of Tasya Bhava or Karma also. So we use that sutra, everything was fine. We use the Pratyashai in the sense of Tasya Bhava. And then we did all the nice things. We did the Supluk because the entire Samudaya gets the Sanya Prajpadikam Krittadita Samasascha. Very simple sutram that when you have a taditanta samudaya, that samudaya gets sanya pratipadikam, and then inside of pratipadikam a sup affix cannot stay. We get supo dhatu pratipadikayoho, and then we can do anubandha lopaha by halantyam shaf pratyayasya. We get manushya ya. Angam gets the bhasanya by yachipam, and then or before that we can do the adivriddhi taditesh pacham adehe. We get manushya plus ya. Angam gets the bhasanya by yachibham. Then by yasyeticha, the avarnanta mangam takes lopaha alontyasya manushya ya. Now at this point what I did in the class was that I went down to the Tripadi section by mistake, and I started using this sutram. This is Halo Yamam Yami Lopaha, Halo Yamam Yami Lopaha, Halo Yamam Yami Lopaha. That is the sutram. What number is that? Halo Yamam Yami Lopaha, which is number 64. We don't need to do that. We don't need to go down here because this is just a sandhikaryam. We don't need to do that. It says if you have a hal followed by yam, yam means what? From shahayavarat up to the nasals. So that is the yam. So this yakara is a yam. So hal followed by yam, yam. The middle yam takes lopaha. We don't need to do that, but that's optional. That is optional. We don't need to go to 8464. In here itself, in the Sapada Saptadhyaya itself, we can. I was just talking to Ravi before the class. We can use this sutram 64151. A little bit complicated sutram. Apatyasya cha tadhite nati. Apatyasya cha tadhite nati. If you want to take some homework, look at this sutram. What it says is that if you have apatya yakaraha, yakara which is coming in the section of tasyapatyam. Tasyapatyam is starting from 4192, and the word manushya itself we derived from this adhikara because we use this sutram which is Manorjatau, which is the Manorjata Vai Yatau Shukcha. So that was the pratyaya yat which we used to derive the form Manushya itself. I know we've not done this all in the Vyakarana class, so this is a little bit out of context. But anyway, 41161 is used to derive the form Manushya, means a human being, Manushya. It comes from the Pratipadika Manu, adding the pratyaya yat, and in Manu takes a shuk agama, Manushya. So this yakara in Manushya is what's called the apatya yakara, means a yakara which is prescribed in the section of tasyapatyam. So that is the apatya pratyayasya yakara, apatya yakara. So this yakara is a apatya yakara. It belongs to pratyaya yat. It's preceded by a hal, which is the mudanya shakara. It's followed by a pratyaya which is sanya of tadita sanya, because tadita starts from 4176 to the end of chapter 5. And the sutra I'm using right now is the Gunavachana Brahmanadibhya Karmanicha. So that is this pratyashai sanya of tadita. So all the conditions are satisfied. One more time, we have a hal, which is the murdhanya shakara, followed by yakara, which is the apatya yakara, followed by pratyaya, which is sanya of tadita. That pratyaya is not a akaradi pratyaya. Then what happens? This yakara, this apatya yakara, takes lopaha, nityam. Get the form manushyam. So if you want to just go back to your notes, I made one mistake in this last step. I went to the 8.4 section and used the hello yamam yami lopaha. We don't need to do that. We have to use 64151 right here. 64151, which says that apatya yakara. So it says apatyasya chat ditenati. So if you have hal followed by apatya yakara, followed by pratyaya, which is the dita sanya, which is not akaradi, then that apatya yakara takes lopaha. So make the correction please in the form manushya. The last step should be 64151. That is the correction. So if you want to look at quickly here, it says that apatya yakarasya hala parasya tadite anakaradau lopabhavati. Okay, now coming back to where we are with that correction, let's now continue with this sloka we read last time already, which is the Dhanyaha khalu mahatmano munayaha satya sammataha jitatmano mahabhaga yesham na staha priya priye. Says that Dhanyaha khalu mahatmanaha munayaha satya sammataha jitatmanaha. We did this already last time, okay? So mahabhagaha yesham na staha priya priye. The first thing you attack is the verb, and the verb here is in the top line. Is first of all, the verb is one is understood. Dhanyaha, so mahatmanaha dhanyaha santi. Santi means they are. So when there is no verb, there is no verb in a sentence, because eka ting vakyam. It takes one tingantam padam to make a vakyam. If there is no tingantam padam, then it will be adhyartam, adhyahartavyam. It should be supplied. Means it is in the sense of sattayam. It's like dhatu bhu or as or vidyamanarthe. So vidyamanarthe vidyamanam vidyamano dhatu adhyahartavyah. Means you supply dhatu which exists in the sense of to exist. Vidyamanarthe vidyamano dhatu adhyahartavyah. So he says, so here we have one thing on the bottom, staha. So, but that is in a clause. Yesham priya priya na staha te mahatmanaha khalu dhanyaha. And then bhavanti or santi vartante. So says that those mahatmanaha is straight for Bahuvari compound, which is mahan atma yasya saha. Mahan atma yasya saha. Very, very straightforward. Only thing is that the mahat becomes maha. Mahat becomes maha. Now in 6.3 of Ashtadhyayi, this section starts Uttarapade. When the Uttarapadam follows, something happens to the Purvapadam. In that section, this sutram an mahataha samanadhikarana jati yayoho. So the takara of mat takes the at adesha, means akaraha. When samanadhikarana jatiyayoho, when you say samadhikarana samasaha, or the pratyaya jatiya is there. We don't have jatiya right now, we can forget about this. But we do have a samasa in which mahat is samadhikaranam with the uttarpadam. It says mahan atma yasya saha. That mahan and atma is samadhikaranam. So therefore we have what is called as samanadhikaranyam. Samanadhikaranyam means samadhikaranasya bhava samanadhikaranyam. Samanadhikaranyam. So then, because we say, because samanadhikaranaha becomes samanadhikaranyam. So that means samadhikaranasya bhavaha samanadhikaranyam. In such a situation is there, then an mahataha samadhikarana jatiyayoho becomes maha, because the takara becomes akaraha, and then akasamadhirkaha becomes maha, so becomes mahatmanaha. So they are so dhanyaha mahatmanaha munayaha satyasammataha itatmanaha mahabhagaha, and they are all in prathama bahuvachanam, like pullinge prathama bahuvachanam. Munayaha is the noun over there. Interesting compound is only satyasammataha. Look at the word sammata in apte. If you look at the word sammata, man is to think, sammata is to approve of, or to not to kind of permit, approve, or to regard in high esteem, or to even like something. That is the meaning of sammata. Now in this case, let's see, sammata. Now what does satya sammata mean? That's of course open to interpretation, and if you look at the commentary, it says that sammata is agreed or consented to, approved, or like, or dear, beloved, can be regarded, considered, can be highly respected, honored, esteemed. So what the commentator says is that satya sammataha is satyam which takes brahma. Satyam which takes as brahma. Sammatam is atmatvena sammatam. Means they like the Brahma, or they regard it highly as their own self. This is the commentary now. Atmatvena. So again the same pratyatva. Atmatvam. Atmasya bhava. Atmanah. Sorry. Atmano bhava. Atmatvam. Atmatvena means as their own self. So yeshamte satya sammata. This is the one difficult compound in this sentence. Of course, it's open interpretation. Satyam is truth, taken as Brahma in this context, and sammata is like, which is regarded highly, or approved, or esteemed, or well thought of. So it is regarded. So that is the compound here. Let's see, Balramji. Let's try the translation. You ready, sir? Okay. Happy indeed. What do you say for that? Let's say happy. What do you say for happy? I would say more like blessed, right? Dhanyaha. Correct?
Okay.
I would say dhanyaha, because the khalu is indeed. Indeed is khalu. So khalu is an avyam, by the way. Khalu is an avyam. Means indeed, surely, like that's the meaning of khalu. It's very, very idiomatic.
Okay.
You use all the time. So khalu is an avyam. So dhanyaha khalu. Dhanyaha means, in fact, let's look at dhanya. I thought dhanya is more like blessed, not like happy. Let's see, dhanyaha khalu. Okay, because I didn't look at the translation before. Dhanyaha khalu. Dhanya means, okay. I'm sorry. Dhanyaha khalu mahabhaga. Bestowing or conferring wealth, okay. Dhanam comes from dhana, okay. Wealthy, rich, no, blessed. Oh, okay, fortunate, happy, lucky. Okay, all right, fine. So dhanyaha is happy. Indeed is khalu. Are the magnanimous. What do you think for
Only
that?
wealth associated with happiness.
Say it again.
It's interesting that the root words of wealthy and happiness are the same.
It says that says dhanam labdha. One who have got money, he even makes it clear. Dhanam labdha pratyaya yat. This pratyaya is from the tadita pratyaya yat, from dhana. So it says fortunate. It says wealthy also. Wealthy, rich, opulent, but then blessed, happy. Correct. It has, yeah, it is come from that. From the Pradipatikam dhana it comes. What is it? Magnanimous. What is that?
Mahatmanah.
I think it is Mahatmanah. So Mahan Atma Shanti. So highly souled, I know. And no, you know what? Maybe it is not that.
Maybe Satya Sammatah is magnanimous?
No, Satya Sammataha is by whom the highest reality has been fully recognized as their very self. You see, they take the commentary into account here. Atmatvena.
Okay.
Satyam Brahma Sammatam Yesham Te. So that is this one. Okay.
So highly blessed is Dhanyaha then.
I think probably Dhanyaha. But then hermits is Munayaha.
Yes.
Okay, but now wait a minute now. Then who have subdued the self?
Jitatmanaha.
Jitatmanaha. So Jitaha, Atma. In this case, Atma has many meanings. You can take it as the self, the boy. You can take Antakaranam or Manaha. So you're saying, so if you can say the Jitantah Karanaha. So one who have conquered their mind, subdued their self, That is that one you find. And this second last part also we can get. But now what is this, this part, Mahabhagaha.
Mahabhaga is still there, yeah.
That is I think the highly blessed. That is highly blessed. Because highly is not there in Dhanyaha. Because Maha is highly. Is highly blessed, I think.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
I think that's highly blessed. Because, see, the word bhagaha means portion. Bhajyateti bhagaha. We can also mean bhagyam. We can also mean bhagyam.
Yeah.
So I think that is a highly blessed, so highly fortunate. Because I think happy, because the word dhanyaha has one of the meanings happy is there. So I think happy is dhanyaha. Indeed is khalu. Magnanimous is mahatmanaha. Highly blessed, I think, is mahabhagaha. The hermits is munayaha. And then this part, of course, by whom the highest reality has been fully recognized is satya sammataha. I mean, as their very self in brackets. And who have subdued the self is jitatmanaha. And then last part, in whose eyes, so yesham. For whom?
Yesham.
For yesham. So you should supply yesham mate, yesham drishtav, yesham, this kind of thing. The pleasing and displeasing. Priya,
apriya.
Priya. So priyancha, priya. But priya is the pratama dvivachanam of priya pradivadikam. So like vanam vane vanani. So priyancha priya. Dvandva samasa, very straightforward. And then na staha. Do not exist. Yeah. The staha, dhatu as become asti staha santi. Because sutam here is shnasural lopaha. Of course, that we've done in the class many times. So 63111 shnasural lopaha. The pratyatas is apit sarvatikam becomes nitvat. Then we apply 63111 shnasural lopa. I'm sorry, 64111. Excuse me, 64111 shnasural lopaha. So that, and of course in adadikanaha, so shapluk. So happy indeed, so dhanyaha. This you have to supply the R. Okay, that's what I'm saying. There's no verb. Supply a verb in the sense of being. So happy are. Indeed is khalu. Magnanimous is mahan atma yeshamte. And munayaha is mananashilaha, hermits. Those who are given to contemplation. Hermits. Then by whom the highest reality is that Satya, Brahma, has been realized, recognized is that sammata. And this is in the brackets, as their own self from the commentary. Atmatvena sammatam. And who have subdued their self is jitatmana. Then jitaha atma yeshamte or yehite. And in who Mahabhaga is highly blessed. So same thing there. Mahan bhagaha yeshamte. Same sutram, an mahatah samadhikarana jatiyayoho. So when mahat goes into what's called samanadhikaranyam, then this mahat becomes maha. And in whose eyes is yesham? You can supply the eyes yesham mate, yesham drishtau, yesham matau, priya priya nastaha. So Sita is complaining that, I should be like one of those dukkha nivarana marga. This is the way to be out of this. Is for them there is no pleasing or displeasing anything. Those equanimous and highly blessed. So they are the blessed ones. So grammar-wise, Mahanatma Yeshamte, we just talked about that. Satyam means Brahma Sammatam Atmatvena Yeshamte. Then Jitaha Atmaha Yehite, we also saw that. Then Bhaja Sevayam Bhajyate iti Bhagaha. That which is resorted to. That's the portion of something. It can also mean Bhago Bhagyaika Deshayoho. So Bhaga can mean Bhagya or Ekadesha, part, a portion. It can also mean, good fortune. Then Mahan Bhagaha Yeshamte Mahabhagaha. And Priyancha Priya Priya. Okay, let's try this one now. Saptavimshaha Sargaha. Swapod Buddha Trijata Sitam Tarjayanti Rakshasi Prati Mayadya Ramabhyudaya Ravanapakarshya Suchakaha Sapno Drishtoto Nivartadvam Sita Tarjanaditi Ta Apasarayati Atha Tabhi Prarthita Sa Sapna Vrittam Nivedya Sita Vijayashamsakam Shubhashakunam Darshayati. One more time. Swapod Buddha Tijata Sitam Tarjayanti Rakshasihi Prati Mayadya Ramabhyudaya Ravanapakarsha Suchakaha Sapno Drishtoto Nivartadvam Sita Tarjanaditi Ta Apasarayati Athata Vishprarthita Sa Sapna Vrittam Nivedya Sita Vijayasham Sakam Shubhashakunam Darshayati. Nothing much that difficult, just some long sentence. Do Padacheda for us, Ravi? Try Padacheda for us.
Yes, me.
Okay, go ahead.
Swapod Buddha.
Yes, Swapod Buddha is a compound. Okay.
Trijata. Sitam. Tarjayanti.
Try again.
Tarjayantihi. Okay, good. Rakshasihi. Prati. Maya. Adya. Ramabhyudaya Ravanapakarsha Suchakaha.
It's a Samastambalam. Ramabhyudaya Ravanapakarsha Suchakaha. Swapnaha. Drishtaha. Ataha.
Nivartadvam. Sita Tarjanat. Iti. Taha. Apasarayati.
Yes, so it's Taha Apasarayati. That's why there's no further Sandhi here. Taha. That's one thing you should learn, please, even if you don't know the detailed Sandhi rules, is that when you see a vowel which has not combined with the prior element, immediately stop and ask what is going on. Of course, if the vowel is preceded by a consonant, you should just join to that. Otherwise, there should be an Ach Sandhi being done. The fact that this Akaraha is not doing the Akastama Dirgha with Ta, that tells you something has happened here. Something has happened here which is blocking the Akastama Dirgha. Like in Bhagavad Gita, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. And that mostly something has happened in the Tripadi section of the Ashtadhyayi, which is preventing a rule from the Sapada Saptadhyayi section from operating. And most of the time it is Lopashakalya. Yakara drops in the Tripadi section, and that is not seen with the Sandhi rules in the Sapada Saptadhyayi sections. But that the first thing is that this Akara cannot stand like this. So always, like when you read a sentence, just stop and highlight those vowels which are not at the beginning of the sentence, and investigate what has happened there. Why is it not done Sandhi with the prior element? Okay, that's the very fundamental thing. Of course, if you read, Hindi or like that, then those languages, sandhi is not done. But in this language, you should have a eye of picking out these. So when you see, it should be like an eyesore. How about that? It should be like an eyesore. In Sanskritam, when you see a vowel, which is not at the beginning of the sentence, which has not combined with the prior element, it should be like an eyesore for you. Immediately pick it out and see what has happened there. Most of the time, with the Visarga Sandhi or Echoyava Sandhi followed by this Lopa Shakalya has happened there. Okay, next one, Ravi.
Atha tabhihi prarthita sa swapnavrittam nivedya Sita Vijayashamsakam Shubhashakunam Darshayati.
Okay, now Ravi, what's inside the iti? It says iti. Iti ends a quotation. Can you tell me where it's? Iti almost always ends a quotation. Once in a rare while, it can go inside a quotation, but that is, when the quotation is very obvious, it can go inside the quotation. But 99.999% the iti ends the quotation. So where does it end? Where does it begin?
Nivartadhvam.
No, look at from the top. Trijata Sita Tajrakshasi Prati. It starts from here.
Oh, Maya.
Yeah, because what she says to the Rakshasi is Maya Adya Rama Abhyudaya Ravana Pakarsha Suchakaha Swapna Drishta Ataha Nivartadvam Sita Tarjanad. So when you see an iti, try to establish the beginning of the sentence. And that is a separate sentence inside the quotation. Separate sentence. So this one, because it has its own verb, Nivartadvam. Nivartadvam is its own verb. Is there. So this is inside the quotation. If you want to look at the simple sentence outside, you can leave the quotation. You can leave the quotation and just see the outside sentence. The outside sentence is that, simple sentence is that Trijata Apasarayati. Apasarayati. Simple. Always get do the Shankustapanam. You get the Hridayam. Mula Unsha. Yatingantam Padam. Get the main gist of the sentence. You leave the iti, leave all the clauses, leave the panchamis, leave the saptamis, leave the tritiyas, leave the shashtis. Just take the simple tingantam padam. Apasarayati. Apasa, of course, you can see the upasarga is apa is upasarga. You can see the ending. Tip ending is here. You can see the aya coming in there. So that aya, as we said in previous classes, is when the nich pratyaya takes the gunadesha, combines with the shap, yechoyavayava becomes aya. So it's a causative form, let lakaraha. Sru. Sru is, I think, gatau. Sru means to move around. And then apasarayati, apasru means to move away. To move away, apasru. And then apasarayati means she caused them to move away, means she shooed them off. She drove them away. Yes, Surugatau. Yeah. So she drove them away. So now once that you have the basic sentence, then we can see who is the karta or kartri. This is Trijata. So Trijata, and then Rakshasihi Apasarayati. That's the basic sentence now. Basic sentence. Trijata drove away. She drove away, or warded away the Rakshasis. And then we have some adjectives for Trijata. We have this one here for Trijata. Then we have an adjective for the Rakshasi. Here we have Rakshasi. Here we have an adjective. And then actually we have a then we have a small clause with the iti going on over here. That's one sentence. And then separate sentence is that darshayati, same thing. Sa Trijata darshayati, she shows. She shows. Then Shubha Shakunam darshayati. She shows a auspicious, important, auspicious omen, a good omen. She demonstrates, or she shows. Again, same thing, darshayati is also a causative form. See the dhatu drish, you see the aya in there, it becomes darshi. Darshayati means to cause to see. To cause, to see means to show. In English, basically means to show in English. To show. So she shows. And she shows them a Shubha Shakunam. Now inside the clause, now here the Sandhi here is that Tarjayantihi Rakshasihi. This is because the sutram is Rori has applied over here. When you have Repasya Repe Lopaha. When you have a rep, when you have a ra, repa followed by a repa, then the prior repa takes lopaha. Repasya repe lopaha. So what had happened here is that because we look at the two choices, we can leave Tarjayanti as it is, then that will become a Prathama Ekavachanam. That will qualify Trijata now. Or we can make it Tarjayanti Dvitiya Dvivachan, Dvitiya Bahuvachanam, sorry. Dvitiya Bahuvachanam, like Nadihi. Dvitiya Bahuvachanam. They'll qualify Rakshasihi. So we have a nice choice over here. Tarjayanti as Prathama Ekavachanam, qualifying Tijata. Or Tarjayantihi as Dvitiya Bahuvachanam, qualifying Rakshasihi. So now who can it be? From the context and from the placement also. See, normally adjective should be placed before the noun. So the placement of Tarjayanti before Rakshasi suggests that this is qualifying Rakshasi, not Trijata. Not Trijata. So this is going to be, and from the meaning also. From where there's two things. The meaning in the shloka and also, I mean in the sentence, in the vakyam, and also the placement. And then we realize that this is going to be a Dvitiya Dvivachanam. So that's how this Sandhi rules are very important now. Rori. 8-3-14 Rori, because Dhodhe Lopa, Dhodhe Lopa and Rori. So Tarjayantihi Prajapadikam declined like Nadihi, and then we get Sisajushoruhu Anubandha Lopaha, then Rori. And the Purva is already Dirgha. Now when you apply Rori, what do you think of? Dra Lope Purvasya Dirgho Naha. But in this case, the Ikara, like we say, Ramena Bhihata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha. The same Sandhi. Chamu plus Ramaya become Chamus. We had Chamus Ramaya Sisajishoro, then Rori. But Chamu is already Dirgha Ukaraha, so we don't have to do draw. I mean the draw lope. 63111 doesn't need to be applied here because already we have Dirgha. Now, okay, let's Nivartadhvam. Nivartadhvam means, look at the pratyadhvam. Dhvams. Madhya Purusha Bahuvachanam. Nivartadhvam means that all of you turn back, get back, stand back, move back, or stop. Basically stop. Because the Vrit isti comes in Bhagavad Gita quite a few times. Yadgatvan nivartante tadhama pramam mama. Yadgatvana nivartante tadhama paramam mama. So having gone to which they don't come back. So nivrit. So nivartante. Yes, sir.
So Vrutu Vartane.
Vrutu Vartane, correct. So correct. Nivartante. Yeah, Vinivartante, Nivartante. It comes in quite a few. Yadgatvan Nivartante, I think I think to Yam Prapin Nivartante. This is 821. And Aprapimam Nivartante. Again Nivartante. So Yadgatvan Nivartante. So it comes in chapter 15, chapter 8, other chapters also. And so Nivrut, Vrutu Vartane, Ravi says to exist to be, but Nivrut is to turn back, turn around. So it says Nivartadhvam. See, says Yuyam Nivartadhvam means all of you turn back, stand back, move back, stop. So it says, so that is okay. Let's just with that some basic. Let's do the translation now. So you ready, sir? So, risen from sleep.
Yes,
what do you want to say? Risen from sleep.
Swapod Buddha.
Swapod Buddha. Udbuddha. Udbuddha is to awake.
Yeah.
Udbuddha. Buddha again. See what we say, this is, we know, that's why I don't like to call this a past passive participle. This is active. Very important. Sutram 3472. 3472. 3472. It's a three-step process. 3467 we have Kartari Krita. Krit Pratyaya used Kartari. But then 3-4-70 says tayoreva krityakta kalarthaha. Pratyakta is being used right now. That should be only tayoreva, bhavakarmano hoeva. But then come 3-4-72 and says gatyartha karmakashli shashing sthasa vasa janaruhat jiratibhyascha. If you have a dhatu in the gatyartha like Ramaha vanam gataha, or if you have like balakaha suptaha atra aham sitaha, so in akarmaka, then it can be used active. So udbuddha is she is arisen, not she's been arisen, awakened. It's not, because this is akarmaka. Udbuddha is to be awake. Now to be awake is akarmaka. It doesn't take an object. So udbuddha is an active sense. So please remember Sutram 3-4-72. 3-4-72. Very important sutram. When you see the pratyakta being used kartari, always think of 3-4-72. Okay, so what kind of compound will this be? Swapaha is shayanam. I would say swapad udbuddha. How about that? It's a tatpurusha compound. The first thing you want to say is that where is the pradhanyam, which is the main part of the compound? Udbuddha, of course. She's awake. Now awake from sleep, woken up from sleep. But from sleep is secondary. So it's a tatpurusha compound. The pradhanyam is the uttar padam, has the pradhanyam. So uttar pradhana tatpurusha. So swapad udbuddha means she awakened from, risen from sleep. Okay. And ogress.
I think that's understood.
I think it's
I think
understood,
that's understood.
because this is Dvitiya Bhuvachanam. So this is not
Yeah.
that. So I think we have to supply that. Okay, Trijata by name.
Trijata.
Trijata. You have to make Trijata Namni Rakshasi. If you want to make translation, Trijata Namni Rakshasi. But anyway, they summarized all that. Trijata is, they've elaborated in this case. So Trijata is simply Trijata, but in ogress by name Trijata. Okay. Speaks.
Is it apasarayati?
No. That is stops them. That is stops. Prevents.
That nivartadvam is all that stops him from staying.
Nivartatha is that speaks to a companion of a dream she saw, revealing the time, and stops them. This is a translation, is not word for this. Stops them is like a combination of nivartadvam and apasarayati.
Yeah.
It's a combination of apasarayati and nivartadvam.
There is another speaks to our companions also.
Which one?
Speaks to our companions.
Yeah, I think that is the Rakshasihi, his companions.
Right.
And speaks is the iti, I think, iti.
Oh.
Iti is an end quote, you see.
Right.
Somebody is saying something, right? In a quotation. So the speaks is not there in the line. That end quote implies the speaks. Implies the speaks. So, and her is not there. I think companions is Rakshasihi. How about intimidating?
Tarjayanti.
Tarjayantihi. Tarjayanti is a Shatrandra Pradipadikam because it's a present participle. Don't confuse these two, please, because if it's Tarjayanti will be a Tingantam Padam, means they threaten. But Tarjayanti is a feminine, a woman who is threatening. So this is a Shatru Pratyaya. We're going to see the details in a second down here. So what happens is this Pratyaya, lat, Pratamani lat, can be substituted by the okay, we didn't do it in detail, but we done it before in the class by this Pratyaya Shatra Shanach by 3 to 1 for what's called a present participle, like Gachanti, Pashyanti. In this case, the only thing this Dhatu Tarji is in the Churadigana has to take the Pratyaya Nich to become Tarji and Tarjayanti. So this is a present participle, and the Num Agamaha here comes by 7181. We had a whole class on this thing, almost this set of 4 rules, very confusing rules from Nabhyasta chatuhu vanapumsakasya achinadyornum and shapshanor nityam. For now, for the time being, pratyaya shapt is being used. Shapshanor nityam. So then what happens is that the achinadyornum, so it takes the num agamaha. So num agamaha, this akaraha. This akara is of the pratyaya shap. So achinadyornum. So when you have the shatru pratyaya, which is following the akarantam, avarnantam angam. In this case, we have tarjaya plus at we had. When then we did the puraparyoho ekadeshaha, and that ekadeshaha can be taken at adyantavadekasmin. Anyway, not going through all the details. Bottom line is that the pratyaya shap or shan is used, and then following that a shatru pratyaya is used. Then if following that is a feminine stri pratyaya, nadi is first called nadi over here. Then the num agama is nityam. So basically in the feminine, when the nadi pratyaya is, which that ikara is there, and we have the shatru pratyaya present participle, and the pratyaya shap or shan is there, the akara of shap or shan, then in that case the num agama is nityam. So tarjayanti, if you want to do some homework, you look at these two rows, 3 to 124, which is Latashatrishana Chava Pratama Samadhi Karane, and then look at 7181. Tarjayantihi, declined like Nadihi, Tarjayanti plus Pratyashas, then Pratamayoho Purusavarnaha. So when we get the Purusavarna Adesha, Pratamayoho Purusavarnaha. So becomes tarjayantihi. So this is a dvitiya bhuvachanam, declined like nadi shabdaha. Dhatu is tarja from the churadi gana, becomes tarji when you add the pratyaya nich, and then the shap pratyaya comes in here. Nich takes gunadesha, becomes tarjaya plus at, and then you get the ugitascha. I'm sorry, one more sutra for homework is that the ikara at the end comes from ugitascha, because the shatru is ugit, that brings the ikara at the end, and then that when the ikara comes, then this angam gets a num, there's a num agam also back here, tarjayanti. So intimidating, threatening, and Sita is Sitam. Now of a dream, she saw.
Swapna.
Is that swapnaha drishtaha maya. So I think this 2 is prati. Two is prati.
Only a few minutes before might be prati.
No, that is adya.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere should be adya means right now.
Okay.
Adya is right now. That is adya. Prati is prati means 2 words. In English 2 basically. 2 or 2 words. So like Ramam prati means 2 Ramaha. So, Mandiram Prati means towards the temple. Mandiram Prati Gacchati means he goes to that, So, the speaks is that end quote, iti. The 2 is Prati. Her is understood. Companions is Rakshasihi. Intimidating is Tarjayantihi. Sita is Sitam. And this offer is a little bit summarized. It's basically Swapnaha. Because inside the quotation, she saw is seen by me, because the me is inside the quotation, so it comes outside the quotation, becomes she saw. So maya drishtaha. Only a few minutes ago is adya. Now revealing, what do you think that is? Suggesting, portending. Suchakaha. Suchi also means like a needle, to poke. Means it kind of suchakaha means it gives you a hint. Suchaka, it pokes at that, means it gives you a hint for that. Suchakaha. So this, we're going to go into grammar a little bit detail down here, but this dhatu is suchayati suchakaha. Sucha is paishunya. Paishunya is not a good meaning. Push is to kind of paishunya is kind of backbiting. Suchayati means to reveal somebody's secret, to to talk. So paishunyam, to gossip. So this is not in a bad sense. Suchakaha is suchi. Let me see what is. So the paishunyam is not a very good word. Paishunyam. So Paishunyam means in a bad sense, but this doesn't have to be in a Paishunyam. Paishunyam. Paishunyam says that backbiting or slandering, calumny. But here it doesn't mean that. Suchakaha is dhatu sucha. Because dhatu such is to kind of to suggest, to portend, to forecast. Like that is sucha. Suchana, like a announcement or a warning, or apaishanam in Gita. Yes, thank you. Apaishanam comes in Gita. So apaishanam is a good virtue. It means not backbiting. So sucha is to point, to pierce, to point, to indicate, to show, to prove, and so on. So it also means to betray. It is there, but has a secondary meaning, I think. The suchakaha and the pratyaya nul is added, aka, nul truchau, in the sense of agent for the heart. So suchayata or suchayitru pratipadikam or suchakaha. So it says swapnaha will become suchayita or suchakaha. So pratyaya nul becomes aka, 711 nul truchau. Yoranakau, and then we get suchaka. Then nich takes lopaha. Anidada vardhatu kepare ne lopasya, because the nich means anubandha lope ikaraha. He cannot take idagamaha because it's not valadi. So therefore the prior nich takes lopaha, becomes suchakaha. And then the triumph of Sri Rama is straightforward. Which one is that? Ramabhyudaya. Abhyudaya. Dhatu is in gatav. So aya. Maybe aya gatav also. So udaya means to rise up. Abhyudaya means like, triumph. Abhyudaya. And the discomfiture of Ravana, that is
Ravanaapakarsha.
Ravanaapakarsha. Krish is to draw. Utkarsha is to draw up. Means to excellent, to excel. Utkarsha, excellence. Like glory. Apakarsha is like, the opposite of glory. Apakarsha means to pull down, pulling down. Apakarsha. So discomfiture. So here we have Ramasya abhyudayaha, Rama abhyudayaha, Ravanasya apakarshaha, Ravanasya apakarsha, Ravana apakarshaha. Shashti samasa again. Rama abhyudayascha, Ravana apakarshaschа, Rama abhyudaya, Ravana apakarshav, Dvandva samasaha. And then Rama abhyudaya, Ravana apakarshayoho suchakaha, which is suggestor of these two, the glory of Ramaha and the pulling down of Ravanaha. Okay, and this stops them. The them is taha. Just Ditya Bhostam, taha. This stops is taken, I think, both ways. Nivartadvam from inside the quotation and apasarayati outside the quotation. So if you want to make it literally, what she said was, she said to them, I just saw a dream suggesting, forecasting the glory of Ramaha and the falling down of Ravanaha. Therefore, ataha, therefore turn back, stop or desist from threatening Sita. And having said this, she warded them away. She kind of pushed them away. Apasarayati. But they have rephrased that, and stops is the combination of Nivarta Dvam. All of you get back, stop. Apasarayati means she moved them away. And from molesting is
Sita Tarjanadi.
Tarjanat is from molesting. Tarjanam is threatening. And Sitayaha Tarjanam, Sita, very straightforward. Sita Tarjanat iti. Isn't the iti? Now pressed by, what's it? Pressed is requested.
Prarthita.
And by them.
Tabihi.
Tabi. Is tat pratipadikam stilinge titya bhojnam tabhi prarthita. It means requested by them. Atha means now or then. Then requested by them. She is
Sa.
Relates is
Vrittam.
I think darshayati. His translation is not like, unfortunately, is not. Yeah, relates a dream is not really
That's
here.
the only verb there.
No, I'm sorry. You know, nivedya is there. I'm sorry. You're right. You're nivedya.
Nivedya.
Yeah. Nivedya. I shouldn't say. Nivedya means she informs them. Nivedya relates. Correct. Having related. Correct. Relates and this. See, in English, you can say having related or relates and. So this relates and, that is nivedya. Because this is, this pratyaya, tva pratyaya, samankartakrya purva kale. So then, because it's combining, it's a common doer, which is trijata. He's doing two action. By the way, Ravi is saying you improved a lot, Balaramji. Ravi is very impressed by you. He just said, Bhavataha vyakarana utkarasham drishtva vrusham chakito asti Ravi.
Thank you.
Looking at your vyakarana utkarasham drishtva.
Thank you.
Okay. Dhannosmi iti vaktavyam, dhanyosmi. Okay, so correct, nivedya. Nivedya is this dhatu vid is in 5 ganas. Nivedayati in the churadi gana, nivedayati means informs. Nivedya means having informed them. So having informed them or having, I guess, brought them up to speed. Sapna vrittam nivedya. Having told them, sapne vrittam is occurrence. Vrit is to occur. Vrittam means an occurrence. So sapne vrittam means the substance of a dream. Occurrence in the dream, in the details of a dream. Nivedya is having related those. Having communicated those. Having communicated the happenings in her dream. So that is correct. Relates the dream to them is understood. And also speaks. This is darshayati, I think. She shows. Then omens is what?
Shubha
I think Shubha Shakunam. I think good omens. That's, I think, the portending the triumph. What is portending? What do you say for that? Ashamsakam. Ashamsa. Ashamsa is to kind of to wish for, to this thing. Yeah. Ashamsa. Ashamsa. I think it's also to desire.
In Malayalam, Onash Ashamsakam.
Okay. What does that mean?
I think wishes for Onam.
Wishes, correct. Wishes to wish, correct. Wish, ashamsa. To hope for, correct. Ashams, correct. To expect, desire, wish for. And then also to bless, to speak, to tell. I think to tell, but here it is to ashamsakam means which I think portends. This is similar to the suchaka, ashamsaka. Ashamsaka is which I think here this one. To speak, to say, to tell, which is to, so it can mean to hope for, like you say the Malayalam ashamsaka, and then to wish for, to long for. Malayalam has a lot of good Sanskrit words. To bless also, and so the second meaning, and then also to narrate, to tell. So ashamsaka, I think here which tells of. Then so that's the portending. And the triumph of Sita is Sita Vijayaha. Sitayaha Vijayaha. Good. So here we get, so finally one more time is that Sapo Buddha Tijata who had got up from sleep, Sitam Tajantihi Rakshasihi Prati. So towards or to the demonesses who were threatening Sita, she says that Maya adya sapno drishtaha. Today I have just seen a dream, which was a suchakaha, which is suggesting the Ramabhyudayaha, Ramabhyudayasya suchakaha, which is the glory of excellence, the rising of Rama and the fall of Ravana, Ravanapakarsha. Ataha means therefore. Ataha is from the idam pradipidikam. Ataha means from this, is therefore. Nivartadvam, turn back. Turn back from Sita Tarjanat, from threatening Sita. Taha apasarayati, she moves them away. Atha, and then Tabhe prarthita, requested by them, Satijata, Sapnavrittam Nivedya. This pratyaktva, tva becomes lyap. So if you want to do some homework, 7137. And then of course the same sutram 6451, because the pratyalyap anubandha lope ya, it's not valadi. It cannot take idagamaha. So therefore, anidada vardhatukasya pare, anidada vardhatuke pare, ne lopasyat. So anidada vardhatuke pare ne lopasyat. So the pratyalyap anubandha lope ya does not have any idagamaha. So the prior niche takes lopaha, nivedya. If we want to do some homework, 3421. 7137 along with 6451. Then Sita Vijaya Shamsakam Shubhashukanam Darshayati. She demonstrates to them, she shows to them these auspicious signs which are suggesting, which are telling about the glory of the victory of Sita. Okay, then this we discussed these the Vrittu Vartane, which Ravi was talking about. Again, thanks to Ravi for the document. Vritta plus lot, lotcha sutram, pratyadvam, because it's madhya purusha. So who is the karta of this nivartadvam? Is yuyam nivartadvam. When madhya purusha can only be used when yuyam, when the doer is yuyam. Sorry, yushmat prajabadikam. Yushmat prajabadikam. In this case yuyam, because it is the Bhuvachanam. So yuyam nivartadvam. So all of you turn back. So pratyadvam is used. Of course, then tita atmapadanam tere, then savabhyam vamau, then shap pratya comes, anubandha lopaha, then the puganta lagupatasya chavarandra paraha, vartadvam, nivartadvam, upasarga. Vrit is to exist, to be, to move around, but nivarta is to move back, is to turn back, to stop. Surugata, we talked about that. Nishpratya came, apasarayati, became sari by Achognyati Uranda Paraha, Sanadyanta, Dhatavag, it's a Dhatu Sanya, then get the Pratya Lat, Vartamani Lat, Tip, Adeshaha, then Kartari Shap, Anubandha Lopaha, then Sarvadhataka Yoho. So this is what brings the Aya. So Nich takes Guna Adeshaha, Sarvadhataka Yoho. Then Ichoyava Yavaha Sarayati, then this should be the typo, Ravi. Can you clear this typo, please, Ravi? Should be Apasarayati, right? I think. Yeah, Apasarayati.
Yes, it is. It's a copy paste.
Yeah, copy paste. So it's Apasarayati. And then this is because Upasarga Kriya Yogi and Te Parag Dhatoho. The Sapne Vrittam, Sapna Vrittam. This is the Saptami Samasaha. Even though Panini is a bit strict about Saptami Samasas, we have to extend them a little bit. So we can use 2, 140 or 41 by extension. Sitayaha Vijaya, Sita Vijayaha. And Sita Vijayasya Shamsakam is the adjective to Sapna Vrittam, Sita Vijaya Shamsakam. Then Shubham Shakunam, Shubhashavanam. Yes. Is correct?
Can you close the tab on your computer?
Yeah, I closed tab. Yes, I will close that. Yes. Yes, I closed it. Thank you. Okay, now while Ravi is correcting that, thank you. We'll go to the next one verse. Is that Krishyamana Striya Mundo Drishtaha Krishnamvaraha Punaha Rathena Kharayuktena Raktamalyanu Lepanaha. Krishyamana Striya Mundo Drishtaha Krishnamvaraha Punaha Rathena Kharayuktena Raktamalyanu Lepanaha. You will try for the Cheda, Ravi. Yes, and you're doing the document also at the same time, I guess. So,
yes, ji.
Okay, go ahead. You can do for the Cheda.
Krishyamanaha.
Krishyamanaha. Striya.
Mundaha. Drishtaha. Krishnambaraha. Punaha. Rathena. Kharayuktena. Raktamalyanu Lepanaha.
So there's not much Padacheda in here. There are a couple of compounds here, which is one is Krishnambaraha, very Shuklam Vardharam Vishnam Shashivurnam Chaturbhujam Krishnambaraha, Shuklambaraha. Of course, Shuklam Vardharam Vishnam is slightly different. The Dhara is there. If you make a Bahuri compound, Krishnambaraha. So there it is, Shuklam Vardharam Vishnam is Shuklasya Ambarasya Dharaha. is one who wears a white cloth. But here is a Bahubri compound, Krishna Ambaraha, right here. Again, thanks Ravi for the document. It says that Krishnam Ambaram Yasya Saha, very straightforward, which is one who has a dark cloth. Krishnam Ambaram Yasya Krishna Ambaraha. Now, Krishyamanaha again is a present past participle in the passive. Being dragged. Dhatu is Krisha Vilekhane, to drag or to pull, so it means to Vilekhane. So it means the pratyaya lat, and we get the participle form by lata shatre shana chava pratama samadhikarane. And because it's a passive form, never forget 1-3-13. In the passive form, only Atmanepadam. Because Bhavakarmano, very important rule which we talk about many times is Bhavakarmano. In the passive, in Bhava or Karma, in the impersonal passive or the passive with the object, then we can only use Atmanepadam. So Tangana Atmanepadam. Tamada Atmanepadam. Okay, thank you, Ravi. Ravi has updated document. So Tangana Atmanepadam, only because the Sutam 3-124 says Lataha Shatru Shanacha or Pratama Samadhikaran. Shatru and Shanacha. Because Tangana Atmanepadam, only Shanash can be used here. So yeah, so we got to get Apasareti, okay? Apasareti. Thank you, Ravi. So if you see anything wrong on the board, please let us know. We'll make the correction. So here we can use only Shanach because we know it's going to be a passive form. So because of Bhavakarmanoho and Tangana Vatmanipadam, only Shanach can be used over here. So then begin the Pratyaya Yak, Sarvadhatvika Yak, Bhavakarmanoho, and be Krishya and Ana. After Anubandha Lopaha, we get the Muk Agamaha, Ane Muk, Ane Muk. To the Pratyaya Ana, following a Adanta Mangam, then the Angam takes the Muk Agamaha. Krishya and finally Krishyamana Badi Natvam. Atkapvangnam Vyavayepi. Striya is Titiya Ekavachanam. When you practice your old rules, Suttam is Striyaha. How about that? Suttam itself is Striyaha. It's the Iyanga Deshaha. Ajado Pratyaya Pare. So we get the Striya. So Stri plus Pratyaya Ta Anubandha Lope Chutu Tasya Lopaha. Then the Iyanga Desha by 6-4-79 Striyaha. Krishna Ambaram, straightforward. Krishna Ambaram Yasya Saha. Then Khara Yuktaha. Also straightforward. Kharaihi Yuktaha. Khara Yuktaha means yoked or joined, yoked with donkeys. Donkeys qualifying Rathena. Khara Yuktena Rathena. And then so Kharaihi Yuktaha. Then Tena Khara Yuktena. Then Anulepanaha. Anulipyate. Aniniti Anulepanaha. Anulepanam. Anulepanam is an ointment. Is some kind of a balm that you apply, and this is something that you smear with. So lipa upadehe. Upadehe means to smear. So lip plus lyut. Lyut is not only used bhave, napumsake bhave, also used karanadikaranayoscha. So that by which you anoint. So here comes in Gita, lipyate nasapapena. Thank you, Ravi. Lipyate nasapapena. Padmapatra mivambasa. Chapter 5, verse 10. Chapter 5, verse 10. He's not tainted. He's not smeared. He's not affected. He's not blemished by papa. Just like he, Padmapatra mivambasa, like the lotus petal, lotus leaf in water is not touched, is not smeared by it. Same thing. So anyway, lip upadehe is to smear. So anulepana is some that by which you smear. Then mala eva malyam. So mala is, of course, is a garland. Then malyam is same as mala because it is swarte and we can use, sorry, not swarte and, excuse me. The chatur varnyadinam swarte upasankhyanam. Chatur varna. Again typo, I'm sorry. Can you typo, Ravi, please? Chatur varnyadinam it should be. There's a typo here, please, Ravi. Because chatur varnya. Chatvaraha varna eva chatur varnyam. Sometimes the pratyaya shai can be used swarte without changing meaning. So it comes in Bhagavad Gita, right? Chatur varnyam maya sarishtam gunakrama vibhagashaha tasya kartaram upimam vidyasya kartaram upimam vidya kartaram vyam. So chaturvarnyam maya srishtam. So chaturvarnyam maya srishtam comes in chapter 4 of Gita. So this is a chatvaraha varnaha eva chaturvarnyam. So without changing the meaning, we get the pratyaya Shaim pratyaya. So chaturvarnyam. Similarly, mala eva malyam. So mala is same as malyam is same as mala. Same thing, chatvaraha eva varnaha chaturvarnyam. How about this one? Sukham eva saukhyam. You say saukhyam va, right? Saukhyam va means are you happy? Are you okay? So saukhyam va in South India is a famous greeting. Saukhyam va. Could become saukhyam va, something they say, but saukhyam va is there. So saukhyam sukham eva so in the chaturvarna varnadikana sukham is mentioned. So sukham eva saukhyam. Sukham eva saukhyam. Sukham and saukhyam is one and the same thing. Is saukhyam va. Anyway, so like that, mala eva malyam. Then malyam chanulepanancha malyanulepane. Then rakte raktavarne malyanulepane yasya saha rakta malyanulepana. One who has red colored garland and ointment. Ointment is on red color, unguent. He's smeared with a red paste, and he's also wearing red garlands. In Gita, Divya Gandhanulepanam comes in Bhagavad Gita 11:11. How about that? 11:11 of Gita. 11:11. When the Vishwarupa Darshanam in that Adhyaya of Gita comes, Divya Malyamradharam, Divya Gandhanulepanam. So again, the Vishwarupam is bearing these divine garlands and garments, and Divya Gandhanulepanam. It is smeared with these divine scent, divine sandal, gandha, or scent, or sandal paste. Okay, let us do the translation. I think we have enough. Ready, sir? Okay, so he was seen. Just take the was seen part of it. Drishtaha was seen. Drishtaha. That he is coming from the prior shloka. We have not. So Ravana Drishtaha. Once more.
Punaha.
Punaha. I'm telling you, the Gita Press translation is wonderful. Of course, these are also Gita Press, but they have been taken from a different book, this Mula Patha. So, these are not word to word, okay? But these are so nice to practice your Samskritam, It's just like a puzzle, It's just like a crossword puzzle, or, like a match the columns puzzle, You have all these words given here. You just have to match one of these. You may not know all the Vyakaranam, but just by doing the match the columns, you can get so much knowledge. If you read the Bhagavad Gita, Gita also, mainly Ramayanam, it's 24,000 verses, and it's enormous practice. And every single verse, of course there might be some typos here and there, but every single verse is translated faithfully. If you finish those 24,000 verses with the Gita Press English translation, you will really be a master of speech. You will really do very well. So this is just like we do in class right now. So was seen is drishtaha. In a dream is understood, swapne. Once more is punaha. With a shaven head,
Mundaha.
Munda is bald, basically bald head. Robed in black.
Krishnambaraha.
Krishnam Ambaram, yes. And then once you get the meaning, you can of course try to polish a little bit, fine tune your grammar. You can have some questions. You see the same kind of usage coming over and over again. You can investigate further, see what is going on, maybe go a little bit deeper. But the basic match the columns is so wonderful. It really is fantastic. And sometimes you don't get the whole thing and you just leave, you got half of it. But when you come on the next pass, what I'm saying is that if you finish the entire Ramayanam, understanding all the match the columns, then you get Vag Naipunyam. You become Vagrishabha. You'll be a master of speech just by matching columns. So of course, eventually you have to understand how to match the columns. So, wearing a red garland and smear with red sandal paste, which is the What do you think?
Wearing a red garland is Raktamalya,
Raktamalya
and smeared
same
with
thing.
red sandal paste is Anulepana.
Raktanulepanaha. So Raktamalyannulepanaha. Raktamalyannulepanaha. Now what is this is a dvandvantam padam, right? When we have dvandva like that, right? So malyancha anulepanancha malyanulepane. When you put a rakta outside of that, this is one thing to learn about dvandva samasaha. It's like a mathematical bracket, like A plus B. So this is like C times A plus B, just like mathematics. So it becomes like AC plus BC, because the dvandva samasa is like a plus sign. Because what does Panini say? Charte dvandvaha. Very simple. 2 to 29. Charte dvandvaha. Means it's a plus sign. Just like in mathematics when you say C times A plus B, same thing here. Rakta into bracket malya plus anulepana becomes rakta malya rakta anulepana. So remember dvandva samasa, when it becomes a part of a bigger compound, then we say pratyekam sambadhyate. So that thing which is outside will connect individually to each of these inside. Okay. So dvandva samasa is just like a mathematical bracket with a plus sign inside it. So that's how we get red garland and red smeared with a red sandal paste. Smeared is understood, anulepana. And being pulled. What is that? Being pulled. What do you think? Being dragged.
Krishyamanaha.
Krishyamanaha. Krishyamanaha. And see, being pulled is a passive usage. It's a pratyaya yak. And because that yak is all happening in the passive, so because of sarvadhatuke yak, and then because of that only shanash could be used, and then got the muk agamaha. On a chariot, I think it's probably by a chariot, it says on a chariot. Which is that?
By a chariot. Rathena.
Rathena. And then drawn by asses, by donkeys is?
Karayuktena.
Karayuktena. Really literally yoked with donkeys, but drawn by donkeys is Karayuktena. See how simple it is? Very much simple shloka like this can give you a lot of grammar. It can. For example, what happens with the dvandva samasa when it goes inside? How does the passive work? How does this iyang adesha come over here in striya? And how does this bahuri compound, how does it work? This is a tatpurusha compound. Simple sentence. But you got at least 3 or 4 concepts here. And when you talk about 24,000 shlokas, you are done. You basically you are done with this language. You're done with this language. So just see the Gita Press book. Just keep on matching the columns. Keep on matching. And you get the hang of it after a while. You get the hang of it, how they do it. Okay. Let us do. Okay, time is running out.
Did Ravana dream about this as a bad omen?
Which one?
Did Ravana dream about this incident as a bad omen?
No.
Reading such lines.
No. This is a dream of Trijata. This is a dream of Trijata, not Ravana's dream.
Oh, okay.
This is what Trijata is dreaming. This whole thing. So then Vakpatuttam iyat. Thank you, Ravi. You get Vakpatuttam reading Ramayanam. Vakpatuttam iyat. This is the dream of. This is being dreamt by Trijata. So she said, I saw Ravana, being. See, a lot of this whole adhyaya like that. He's like, being dumped in oil, is being this, is being that. So basically, very bad omens for him. So, and then she sees, I think, Sita, Rama in very good form. She sees Ravana in very kutsita rupam. So then she realizes that basically Ravana is going to be killed. Ravana will be victorious. So this is one of the dreams that she sees him being, like bald, like black clothes, being pulled by a woman. These donkeys in the chariots, all these things. This is a dream by Trijata, not by Ravana. So she then wakes up and then she gives Sita confidence. Because Sita is about to commit suicide. But she says, don't do it because I just saw this dream and I know that, Rama is going to come and so on and so forth. So this dream of Trijata is in the Ramayana. Not Ravana's dream, but Ravana is inside the dream of Trijata. Okay. Ashtavimsha Sargaha, 28 Sargaha. Ravana Rakshasi Gana Vihita Bhartsana Tarjanadya Sahishnaho. Sita Bahuvilapya Yavad Venyudbandhanena Sumokshana udyunkte तावदनुभूतपूर्वः शुभशकुन आविरासीत रावण राक्षसीगण विहित भर्त्सन तर्जनाद्य सहिष्णुः सीता बहुविलप्य यावद् वेण्युद्बन्धनेनासु मोक्षण उद्युङ्क्ते तावदनुभूतपूर्वः शुभशकुन आविरासीत. पदच्छेद रवि, right?
रावण राक्षसी गण विहित भत्सन तर्जनाद्य सहिष्णुः.
Yes, sir. Samastam padam. Yes, okay. सीता
बहु विलप्य यावत् वेण्युद्बन्धनेन.
Correct. Good. Venyudbandhanena.
असुमोक्षणे.
Very good. Asumokshane. Correct.
Udyunkte.
The same thing here, because the ukara is sitting here. That is to be an eyesore for you. This is an eyesore in Sanskritam. It has not combined with the prior element. Means something has happened here. Either visarga is there, or echo yava has happened, followed by lopa shakalyasya. In chapter 4 of the Bhagavad Gita, exact same sandhi in chapter 4 of Gita. Yesham loka imaha prajaha. Yesham vibhuting. Actually, chapter 10 maybe of Gita, I'm sorry. Chapter 10 of Gita. Yesham loka imaha prajaha. It's loke imaha. Just like we had, asumokshane udyunkte. Same thing, loke imaha. So loke, when you chant Bhagavad Gita next time, it says echo yava yavaha. So it becomes lokai imaha. Then lopa shakalyasya. And then, because that is purvatra siddham, so after that we cannot do adgunaha. So the critical sutram here is lopa shakalyasya. In the opinion of Shakalyacharya, he become Chiranjeevi, he has no mrityam, because he has the sutram lopa shakalyasya. Lopa shakalyasya it's amazing, isn't it? Because Shakalya was somebody who was like thousands of years ago. Shakalyacharya. Still talk about him today. So Shakalyacharya says that if you have a vakara or yakaraha, which is preceded by a avarnaha, it's padanta vakara or yakaraha, and that takes the, if you look at the vritti, lopa shakalyasya. So that's what's causing this thing to stay without doing the sandhi with the next element. And then purvatra siddham. He says avarna purvayoho padantayoho yavayor lopaha va ashiparataha. So what we have here, we have the asumokshane. So make echo yava yavaha asumokshane, and then the yakara is preceded by the avarnaha, in this case akaraha. It is followed by the ukara, which is an ash, and of course the yakara is padantakara because of sutting and the padam. So therefore that yakara takes lopa in the opening of shakalya, and actually yakara lopa is always done, vakara lopa is never done. Even though it says lopa shakalyasya vakara yakara lopaha iti vruttau sitam tathapi vastutaha yakarasya nityam lopa bhavati vakarasya kadapi na bhavati. And then we do, because of purvatra siddham, the sutram ad gunaha cannot see that, so we don't get the guna sandhi. Okay, sorry, udyunkte, and then
tavat
ananubhutapurvaha, correct.
shubhashakunaha
avirasit. Tell me which sutram Ravi avis gets the gati sanya here?
Is it teprag dhatu?
Teprag dhatu is correct, but before that, avis has to get the gati sanya from somewhere, right?
Upasarga kriya yogi?
That's only upasarga kriya only for pradaya.
Oh, pradaya.
Okay, I'll give this homework for you, Ravi. So homework for Ravi is that from this 31461, right? Uryadi chvidachascha up to 1479, the Pritya Prag Dhatoho, you find a sutram by which avis, gets the Gati Sanya and goes Tre Prag Dhatoho. So from here, from Uryadi chvidachascha up to this one, 1479. Okay, so basically the Gati Sanya is not only the Pradeha, Upasargaha, Kriya Yoga, Gatischa, but the number of other terms which get the Gati Sanya. One of them is avis, under certain condition, which we'll tell you next time. Okay, let us now look at this. Just try a translation. Let me see. The moment. What do you think of that? The moment. What do you think, Balaram? You will try the moment. Just at the very moment. No sooner than.
I'm saying yet or tat or something like that.
It's yavat tavat.
Yavat, okay.
Yavat tavat.
Yavat tavat.
Yavat means until so long, so long until then. But yavat tavat can also mean just as you were doing this, just then. As you were doing this, just then. So at the moment. That the moment is that yavat tavat combination. So it means that just as you were doing this, at the same time, just at that time this happened. Okay. Sita is Sita. Okay, we get long compound now. Okay. Who was unable? What do you think? What do you think, sir? In cases? Asahishnu. Because it is Tarjanadi Asahishnu. Tarjanadya Sahishnu. Sandhi, end Sandhi there. Sahishnu is has put a sutram here. Some of these dhatus take the pratyaya ishnucha. So one of them is dhatu saha. So do some homework. Take one over 132, 136. Alankring, nirakring, prajanotpachot, paton, madaruchya, patra, pavritu, vridu, saha, chara, ishnucha. So charishnu, one who moves about habitually. Sahishnu, one who bears, who tolerates. Because this is the chilata dharma, sadhukarisho. Someone who does it habitually or as his duty or is good at that. The chila dharma sadhukarisho. So the dhatu saha shahamarshane takes this ishnuch pratyaya, and that is the Sahishnu. So one who habitually tolerates or puts up with, bears. But Asahishnu. So Na Sahishnu, Asahishnu. Tatpurush Samasa, Nain Tatpurusha, 226. Then Na Lopo Nanyaha, but 6373. So unable to bear, which is Asahishnu. The reproaches and threats. What do you think?
Bhatsana, Tarjana.
Yeah.
Tarjana
Adi. Tarjana Adi. So Bhatsana is the reproaches, Tarjana is the threats, etc. is understood, I guess. So Bhatsana Tarjana Adi Asahishnu. Of the ogresses is
Rakshasi
Gana. I think Rakshasi Gana. Ravana is not translated there. So Ravanasya. This is also the same thing. We see that the Dvandva, right? Ravana Rakshasi Gana. First of all, make Rakshasi Gana as a Rakshasi Nam Ganaha. And Ravana, so then Ravana Rakshasi Ganaha becomes a Dvandva. And then Vihita means done by, basically arranged by. So basically done by in this case. So Ravanena Vihita and Rakshasi Ganaihi Vihita. You see that A plus B times C again happening here, because Ravana is A, Rakshasi Gana is B, and times the Vihita. So that Ravanena Vihita, Rakshasi Ganaihi, Ganena Vihita. And then Vihita is qualifying the Bhartsanata. Again you have C times A plus B. Because you have Bhartsana Tarjana. And they're both, and Adi also is there, but that is inside the bracket. That's a Dvandva, and then Vihita is outside. So you say Vihita Bharsana, Vihita Tarjana. See, same thing. And then Adi is a Bahuvri compound. Yes.
Satishi, should it be Tarjanadi or Tarjanadya Sahishnu? We have Tarjanyad.
Yeah. Yes, there's a typo. It's amazing. I'm looking at it so long I can never catch your own typos. Let me double check, Ravi. Good. Tarjanadya Sahishnu. Not Tarjanyadya. Yes, Tarjanadya Sahishnu. Tarjanadya Sahishnu. Yes. I read it twice. I read the thing twice. I couldn't catch the typo. It's amazing. Yes. That's why these things, you have to check them. No, Ravi, it has in the book. I mean, there's a typo there too, maybe. But Ravana Rakshasi Gana Vihita Bhatsana Tarjan. I think it's a typo in the book, if you ask me. I'm looking at the book right now. Bhatsana Tarjanyadya Sahishnu. No, I think it looks like a typo. I'll think about it, but I think Ravi is right. It's Bhatsana Tarjana Adi. Bhatsana Tarjanadya Sahishnu. So I think it's a typo, Ravi, but the book has that too. It's a pretty good book, this one, but I think Tarjanya. Let's think about it. If we don't take it as a typo bhava pakshe. If it's not a typo, then what will we say? Bhatsana is straightforward.
Is there a word called Tarjani?
Tarjani is there. But
So
Tarjani is
can it be Tarjani and Adi giving Tarjanyadya?
it will give, but Tarjani is a finger,
Oh.
not threatening. I can try. You can try. See, Tarjani, maybe any chance I can look at it. But Tarjani is normally just a pointing finger. Doesn't mean the threatening. In fact, Tarjate anayati Tarjani. That by which you threaten is the Tarjani. So unless it's the word like Tarjani or Tarjanya, I think both of them are not possible here. But Tarjani, if you look at the meaning of Tarjani, Tarjani. Okay, let me try. There's no word Tarjani in dictionary over here. Tarjanam is there. Tarjani, the forefinger. Tarjani is only the finger. See, it will not give the meaning of threatening. Tarjanam, of course, we know. Tarjana also, that's okay. But, Tarjanya will not be there. Okay, just to get a typo, Ravi. Can you fix that, please? Thank you.
Yes.
I mean, I read it twice. I still couldn't figure out the typo. So yeah, it's correct. Ravi is correct. It should be Vihita Bhatsana Tarjanadya Sahishnu. This is Yakara should not be there. Tarjanadya Sahishnu. Anyway, so this again the A plus B times C, you see, because Vihita is connecting with both of them. Vihita times the Bhatsana Tarjana. So Vihita Bhatsana Vihita Tarjana. And Adi is a Bahuri compound. Means beginning with these. So this is the beginning of which. So etc. in English Bahuri compound. Then
What is Vihita?
Vihitam is arranged or provided. In this case, done, basically done.
Okay.
Vihita also can mean Vihitam or Vihitam va, which is prescribed as per the rules. Vihita. Like the same dhatu vidhi, B plus D, right? Vidhi, vidhanam. Vidhanam is to prescribe, to give us, to instruct, to give us the rule. Also, it means to arrange, to bring about, in fact, if you want, we can see here.
That's Dadhater Hi Satishi.
Dadater Hi, yes, absolutely. Yes, Ravi is correct. Dadater Hi. Dhatu is vidha, V plus dha. Like Brahmaji is also called vidhi, right? Because he ordained. So vidha. So vidha is to do, to make. That's it. Means in this case done. To bring about, to effect, to accomplish, to perform, to produce, to cause, produce, regulate. So it has this to make, to form, to create, to manufacture. A lot of these meanings. To appoint, to depute. Anyway, so here it means you've basically done by them. Okay, endeavors. What is endeavors? What do you think?
Udyukte?
Udyungte. Udyukta. Means he's eager, on the verge of doing something, wants to do something. Udyukta means bent on doing something. Udyukta. So udyunkte, this is the pratyashnam. We've done this form in the class already. This is the yujir yoge, I think yujir yoge. Udyunkte. So this will be this rudadibhya. Rudadibhyashnam. Rudadibhyashnam. That is 78. So you can take it for homework. Pratyashnam comes in here. So this is Pratham Purusha Ekavachanam. So just as she sets out, then after veiling a good deal, what is that? Correct, exactly, correct. So after veiling is vilapya. So again the same thing, Samanakritakayo Purvakale. Pratyaktva comes, then the samasa becomes lyap by, samasa nying purvek to lyap. So you can look at 3.4.21 and 7.137. So having the same duos is Sita. So having lamented, Bahu is a Kriya Visheshanam here. I told you in the previous classes that if you have a Napumsaka Lingam, an adjective, it can be used as an adverb by taking it Dvitiya in the Dvitiya Ekavachan. So Bahu is an adverb to Vilapya. It's not Bahu as an adjective qualifying some noun. There is no noun to qualify over here. So be careful, you have to watch out for this. If you see these neuter accusative singulars, Dvitiya Ekavachanam, Napumsakalingam, then Kriya Visheshanam Bhaved. It can be Kriya Visheshanam. Okay, so you have to watch out for these. So it is for us, after veiling a lot, let me just take the typo off. Okay, so Bhartsana Tarjanadya Sahishnu. Okay, a good deal is Bahu. Okay, to strangle, what do you think? To strangle herself, yeah, go ahead.
Mokshana, something?
Asu Mokshane.
Asu Mokshane.
Asu. Where is coming? Okay, special prize for today. The word Asu in Gita, anywhere? Oh, Chitra has it. Very nice. Yes. Shochanti Pandita. What number is that?
It must be 211 or something like.
Very good. Very good. You got 2 prizes. Because that's the first shloka of Gita where the Gita Upadesha starts.
Upadesha starts.
That's 2.11 of Gita. Is that Ashochan Vashochastam Pradnyavadanscha Bhashase Gatasun Gatasumscha Nanu Shochanti Panditaha. So Gatasun, so Gataha Asavaha. Asavaha Yeshamte. So those whose life breath, basically those who are dead. And Agatas, because those who are not dead. Very good. So yes, correct. Chapter 2 of Gita, number 11, Asu. Asu is basically your breath. Yata asu na gata asumscha nanu shochanti panditaha. Panditaha, correct. Nanu shochanti panditaha. So if you look at Apte for a second, asu mokshanam means giving up your, means in this case life. Breath means life in this case, okay. Life breath you can say. So giving up your life. So gata asu na gata asumscha nanu shochanti. Asuhu is breath. Life. Okay. So Asu Mokshanam is to giving up of life. So this Asu Mokshane is Saptami in that matter. So as she sets out in that job, means in the context of that, in reference to that, in the subject of that. It means in this Samskritam we put Saptami. So she engages in that action. So as she's about in English, that is in English we can say as she's about to engage in that action. That in that action is Asu Mokshane. In the action of giving up her life. That's this whole thing, to strangle herself to death, the Asu Mokshane. With the cord used for tying her hair. What do you think?
Venyudbandhanena.
Venyudbandhanena. Bandhanam is to tie. Udbandhanam is like tie up. So Veni is the braid of hair, that woman had the braid of hair. So Venyudbandhanam is that cord used to tie the hair. So Venyudbandhanena is the with Tritya Ekavachanam. So Venyaha Udbandhanena. So with the cord used for tying her hair, the propitious omen, which is
Shubha Shakuna.
Shubha Shakunaha. Shakuna is omen. Shubha, and this is a straightforward Karmadharya compound, adjective noun. Never seen before.
Ananubhuta Purvaha.
Anudbhuta Purvaha. This is kind of a strange compound. Comes in Bhagavad Gita. Adrishta Purvam Shitosmi Drishtva. Chapter 11 of Gita.
Adrishtapurvam.
Yeah, Adrishta Purvam. Adrishta Purvam. But in Gita, Adrishta Purvam Rishitosmi Drishtva. Bhayancha Prabhatitam Manome. So Arjuna says, I'm very happy to see something which has not been seen before. But I'm at the same time, I'm also scared. I'm very much scared. Adrishta Purvam Rishitosmi Drishtva. So this scene, Vishwarupam, which has never been seen before. Adrishta Purvam Rishitosmi Drishtva. Bhayancha Prabhatitam Manome. But my mind is really agitated with fear. So Adrishta Purvam, this is a kind of miscellaneous compound. I know time is up, time is up, time is up. Kaloti vartate. Janamyaham kaloti vartate iti. But this is a kind of samasaha which does not fall into any category. This is not a karmadharya, not tatpurusha, not bahuvrihi, not avyabhavaha. It is a kind of a miscellaneous compound, which is the way that you justify this compound is that Panini and compounds, first of all, to justify any compound,
Satish,
you have to find this. Yes, Ravi.
so there is Bhutapurve Charaditi Nirdeshat.
Nirdeshat, yes. So what Ravi is saying is Panini himself has used this kind of compound in the Ashtadhyayi. So even though there is no sutram, we have to use the sutram sup and supa or sahasupa. This sahasupa is an adhikaraha. It's also like you can take it as a vidhi sutram. Is that sup can be compound with the sup in general. And then Panini gives a specific compound of vibhava and this and that. So this is a miscellaneous compound. Kevala samasa, you can say. Sup supa, sahasupa samasaha. And then, then in this, what Ravi was saying is that in the Ashtadhyayi itself, Panini has used this compound, Bhuta Purve, just seen it's happened before. So the word Vigravakyam of this compound is this Purvam Anandu Bhutaha. So Purvam is like an adverb for Anubhutaha. Of course, Ananubhuta in this case, not experienced. Anubhu to experience. So not experienced before. So that Purvaha is like, the Purva is an adverb for the Anubhu. So there's no compound like this defined by Panini. So we have to put a miscellaneous category by 2, 1, 4. And as Ravi said, because Panini has used this kind of compound himself, the Bhuta Purva. So Purvam Bhuta Bhuta Purva. Purvam Bhutam. In Bhagavad Gita, Adrishta Purvam comes in chapter 11 of Gita. So Purvam Adrishtam, not seen before. Same thing here. Purvam Ananubhuta, which is this is a auspicious omen which was not experienced before. Not been experienced before. It not happened before. It says never seen before, it will be Adrishta Purvaha. And then appears on her person. What do you say for that, sir?
Avirasneet.
This Avis comes in, who chants the Ganapati Atharvashisham. Avirbhutam Srishthyadav Prakritehe Purushat Param Avirbhutam Srishthyadav Avirbhuta. So Avis means to manifest. Avirbhu, Avis plus Bhu or Avis plus As. This gets the Gati Sanya, is the prefix to this verb, means to Bhu or As means to manifest. Avirbhavati. Avirbhavati means to pop up, to manifest, to show up. So Asit, of course, is Lang Lakaraha Dhatu As. The only sutram there is that is the Idagamaha. Thank you. Asisicho Prukte. What number is that, Ravi? 7396. Asisicho Prukte. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much, everybody. Sarvebhya. And then next class will be on March 10th. We'll start with this. But there's not much grammar here. I think we can be done with this one. Next class, if you want to do some homework, we'll do this verse number 10 in this adhyaya, and then move on to the 29th sarga. So Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Rama Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Vihata Nishacharakshamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bho Rama Muddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Unnama Iti. Again, next class will be on March 10th. Thank you, Balaramji. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, Chitra. And Anuji, thank you also. Are we all set, Ravi? We're okay?
Yes, Satish.
Okay, I also need a backup for you, so in case you need, let me know.
Okay.
Okay. Dhanyawada. Shubharatri.